It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Michael Thomas. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Saints and the Buccaneers on Monday night.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Tonight we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Brady. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Will Lutz on for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 17 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. The Buccaneers hit 6-5 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Now here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Let's go. Get it now. Ready?
Following the interception, Winston flushed out right, and that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 11. And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Brady now on 1st down. And this one nearly picked off.
kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Up the gun, Fournette.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, Brady. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Inside handoff now to Fournette.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 17, Brady, and complete, right side to Cook.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Wait, touch.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette with his 17th rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Buccaneers are within an extra point of tying up this ballgame. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
taken in at the 3.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play.
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Blake Gilligan on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
From midfield, here's Brady. And this is Cook with the grab.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A handoff to Fournette.
Down to about the 37.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
And this is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. To throw is Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, About 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Ready.
Play fake. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston now. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints have taken the lead. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again.
And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Wait, that.
Here's a give to Fournette. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
From the 44, Brady, throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Succop's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Succop for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
81 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Landry. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5.
Now Winston. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Jameis to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Brady now to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 118 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fournette, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Brady. Caught on the slant. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And this time he is in. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
So 4th and goal. Their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point try now for Succop. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. The final shot before half for Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, as time expires in the first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead on the final play of the half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. T.Y. Hilton, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action. 2 quarters definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They start the second half with Kamara. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Jameis now on first down. Looking for Alvin Kamara on his slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Winston. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On play action, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Winston. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Winston escaping the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
So out come the Bucs now.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Brady to Evans that time. First down, Tampa.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff down to Fournette.
Taken down at the 42.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Brady to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First down, Winston. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first down carry. And he loses the football a second time.
Is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
Throwing, Winston. Steps away to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. A pick 6. He brings it back to the house from Buccaneer TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception blows they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Suck up for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The busy night continues for Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
This is taken at the 23.
A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 13. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Winston.
This is caught.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Lots of look to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs ready to take over once again. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Wait, that.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A shotgun give to Fournette.
And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Fournette. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy, sometimes having to hang out.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point put through by Saka. And the lead is up to 18 now. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. in Tampa, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Now here's Suck about to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Winston now to throw on first down. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A heck of a way to start the fourth quarter, just south of 40 yards of the pickup.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. This one is down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Remember, drop by coordinator, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Well, following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Fournette. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one a first down pickup of 8. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Fournette. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now they'll throw with Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Fournette. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Fournette again. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette taking it in from a yard line. And the Buccaneers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and it's got him in the lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A 10-play drive that time. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A first down throw for Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Saints get a bit closer. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay the game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game.
They accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game.
And the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game.
They're inching closer and closer to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
It's showtime, baby.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game.
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game. first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, Austin.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still first down.
On the run, it's Fournette. Fournette is in trouble, and he goes down to the end zone. 2 points, that's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
On the return is Callaway.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Olave holds it in.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on second down. Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Winston. Forced out to his left. And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Brady. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Fournette, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll give Fournette another crack. And this time he is in. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bucs have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Succop for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. That from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Wait, that.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings us 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 14-yard line.
Up the gut, Fournette. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw, it's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Dalton now to pass.
He completes it to Olave.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The 1st down throw coming for Dalton. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The partner under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
Well, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Buccaneers, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.